Welcome, Gunrunner.
Hello everybody, Kieran aka The Laird here, and today I have a new free book review, free digital book review even I should specify, and this one is actually a follow-up to a book that I covered on the channel some time back. You may remember, if you view regularly, I looked at a book called Alan Dave's Speed Reviews by the ZX Spectrum It Lives website. And I was a big fan, if I'm honest. I thought it was a great PDF book, loads of humour, very much inspired by Your Sinclair magazine, it seems. Certainly no bad thing. Great little reviews, lots of facts and interesting stuff, and yeah, just a great round all little read. Actually, it was I say little, it was actually a decent sized book really for a PDF, and I really enjoyed it. The ZX Spectrum It Lives website people, they said they really enjoyed my review of it, and said they were intending to do some more books because the reception to it had been good, and they have delivered. In fact, there is now, I'm so far behind on this stuff, getting videos done and that at the moment. I've got such a backlog of ones to do that I said I was going to review their new one, and since then they've released another one. So there's actually two for me to look at now, but I will look at them in separate videos because I think it's too much to cram into one video. But what you can see on the screen now is their website. I did kind of look at this in the first video, so I won't go into it too much. If you want to go back and look at that, I'll click it. I'll link it down in the description. You can click it. I'll link it down in the description below, and then you can catch up where I went through the website and what they've got to offer and all of that stuff. But you're getting a general idea with me just scrolling through the page here, I'm sure. But if you go right down to the bottom there, you'll see that there is that link there that says PDF books here. So that's where you can get all of those lovely PDF books that they've made available completely for free, which is great. And if you want to thank them for that, there is a link actually, so you can do that coffee thing and give them free coffees and all that rubbish. If you want to thank them, which you should, because their books are great. But yeah, so let's have a look at the book in question, rather than going all over the website again. Okay, so here is the book. As you can see, ZX Spectrum It Lives. And this is basically, this one is a bit different to their other one. The other ones are kind of made as a book, and from what I understand, this one is basically a collection of stuff that's already been on the website. So this one's a bit more of a sort of collection of stuff they've already done, rather than being something completely new, which I believe a lot of the old book was. Well, the old book, the other one we looked at, really, it's not that old, but yeah, you get what I mean. So we've got our usual cover and index, and which is quite cool. And then we've got reviews, and obviously this is a mix like the other book. Actually, this covers a lot of homebrew stuff like we see here with the speckies, and covers some old games you'll remember as well. So it's nostalgia as well as, new stuff. I was just looking at that screenshot there actually on the screen there, and thinking that as like orange and stuff, and that doesn't look like Spectrum colours, and it's because it's ULA Plus, which is an add-on you can get for the Spectrum, so you can display a few more colours if you so wish. So that explains that one. I just read that as I'm looking at it. So let's go through. So there we go. Then it goes into Beam Brothers. So we've got another nice homebrew. There's a lot of stuff in here as well that I haven't played, and I really need to get onto it and play it. They give the games ratings as well. I should have said there. The spec is 70%. Beam Brothers 84. So indisputable top 100 classic ZX Spectrum games. This is interesting because obviously I count down, whatever you want to call it, on my website, on my YouTube channel even. Don't want to mix all my words up today. And that was voted for by my viewers and people in retro gaming groups and stuff. Whereas I think this is pretty much just their opinion, but I'm just going to read. Oh no, it's this fairly small print. This list be compiled using data from a number of different top 10, top 20, top 50, top 100 lists from around and about, so it's not the writer's opinion. So that's interesting then. So they have kind of gone in a democratic way of doing it, a bit like the list that's on this very channel then, where it was voted for by people. So they've kind of done a similar thing by aggregating lists. So I wonder if my list was one of the ones they used. Who knows? But there's already some crackers there, even from 100 onwards. And TLL there, big favourite of mine. Spectrum Tetris is brilliant. Super Hang-On's a great conversion. Loads of good stuff there. So I've just got it in a screenshot thing, which is kind of nice. But tons of favourites of mine. Then is Batty, that's great. I love the Spectrum version of Rampage. Rockstar Ate My Hamster, that's probably a top 10 game for me, to be honest, though. I love Rockstar. Some great stuff there. Match Point, that was a classic. Dandare, some really good stuff there. Spellbound, of course. To be continued soon, so they broke it up. What else is there? Spy Hunter, great. Love Spy Hunter. And Saboteur, real favourite of mine as well. Bubble Bobble, that's probably one of the best Spectrum coin-op conversions. Then we go into review for an old classic, Airwolf. I say an old classic, I bloody hate it because it's so hard. I loved the TV show, I bought that and I hated it because it was too hard. Couldn't really get anywhere on it at all, so let's see what they give it because it's too hard. They give it 75, so they say it is too hard, but they've obviously got a bit of nostalgia for it. But yeah, there's some really funny stuff in that review though, really funny. So Toki Mal, which was basically, there was supposed to have been a ZX Spectrum version of Toki back in the day, which was previewed in all the magazines of the time and everything. And a lot of people were really looking forward to it coming out. And then it didn't. It was supposed to be one of Ocean's last ZX Spectrum games, but yep, it was never released. It was never apparently even near finished, according to the programmer. But someone wanted to fix that, and they decided to do a homebrew version of Toki, which is how this Toki Mal came about. And it is very, very cool. I have played it. I was very impressed by it. And yeah, they said there, 92. They said there, it feels like one of the US Gold arcade conversions of the 80s. I think they mean Ocean, because US Gold's arcade conversions weren't very good most of the time, to be honest, whereas Ocean's were. And then we go back into the top 100 games again, so lots more classics there. It's good games there. None of those stand out to me as my personal favourites. So let's look at the next page. What we've got there. Oh, Turbo Esprit. See, that's a top 10 game for me, Turbo Esprit. Chase HQ is as well. That's one of my favourite all-time games on the Spectrum. Rainbow Islands, brilliant coin-op conversion. Robocop, top 10 game as well, brilliant. Specky Commando is a very good port. Specky Bombjack's a very good port. There's Gauntlet there down there as well. That's another favourite of mine. Played a crap load of that on the Spectrum. So then it goes down to the number one, which is Jet Set Willy. The number two is Manic Miner. See, that's a bit boring to me. Number 4, Chucky Egg. Although I don't want to ruin the ZX Spectrum top 50 that's on my channel. So it's top 20 I show, but I list the top 50 on the video as well. So I'll say top 50. I don't want to spoil that list in case you haven't seen it. But yeah, there's a lot of similarities here, to be fair. There's Jetpack, a classic. Spectrum R-Type. I'm crap at R-Type, but it's an incredible technical feat. Back to School, that's probably my favourite Spectrum game ever, in fact. Rocket Renegade there, another real classic. School, as you see, Back to School and School Days, they're a few places apart. Back to School is the much better game, but more people remember School Days, but the sequel is much better. And then we go back into some Homebrew there with Guns and Gears. Very impressive Homebrew. Not played it, but I love the look of it. They give it 88. I should really give that a play. Hop and Chop looks a lot like Rainbow Islands, doesn't it, graphically? A great deal. That looks good, though. I need to try that. I've not played that at all. But that's from 1995, so I thought that was a Homebrew, but it's actually not. It's a very late commercial game for the Spectrum. Interesting. 93 they gave it. It looks really good. Games That Time Forgot, 1986 edition. So I'm guessing this is just some like really, really obscure games. There, One for the Road and Mutations by Tynesoft. Interesting. There's some really interesting stories around some of Tynesoft's games as well. And their legitimacy, which it's very, very interesting story about how some of their games were literally just hacks of other people's games. Apparently even Tynesoft didn't know. I can't remember the guy's name now, but it's a really funny, amazing story about this guy who basically just hacked loads of other people's games and ripped them off and then sold them to publishers as new games. Yeah, but Tynesoft released a few of them. Dr. Maddo, never heard of that one. Weird. Looks very, very weird. Castle Hustle. Well, that's Shinobi there. I think everyone knows what Shinobi is. Doombase. No, it's another game I don't know either. Wizard Spell. No, don't know that one either. This is interesting to see lots of games I don't know. Pippo. I do know Pippo. I do know that one because I've actually interviewed the guy who wrote Pippo. And he's a right character. There's a very interesting interview. I must get it into one of my books actually. Because it was, it's interesting. They liked that a lot. It is a good game. Future Games by Mastertronic. I don't think I've actually ever played that. I've played a lot of Mastertronic stuff, but I don't ever remember playing that. They gave it 83 though, so maybe I should play it. Balachor's Revenge. This is a new game then from 2014. Looks very nice graphically. They gave it 90. They liked it a lot. 5 dodgy old games I owned. So Big Match Soccer. That looks flipping terrible, doesn't it? That looks really, really bad. That does. There's some good comedy in that one. Race Ace, Micro Gold, never heard of that. That looks absolutely horrendous. Look, it's basically just, I'm sure that game is probably programmed in BASIC. It certainly looks like it. It looks absolutely awful. Crazy Caverns, I have played that. Firebird, yep, I do know that one. And Run Baby Run, I just saw. Punchy, see, that I think most people know Punchy because it was later bundled with the was it Punchy? It was later bundled with the Spectrum Plus. It was, I'm sure it was, but that looks like that says Hunchy there, so maybe it's not the same game. Oh yeah, no, that looks like it down there. Punchy, yeah. Been a long time since I played it, but Hunchy, very strange. It says there actually that it's one of the games that was bundled with it. Some of the screenshots didn't seem familiar, but that one down there, this one here, certainly seems very, very familiar looking at it. But I do remember Punchy being quite hard. Transylvanian Tower, never played that. I have heard of it though. Fire and Ice, see, that's a really cool game. I have played that because Fire and Ice is actually, if I remember rightly, is actually the sequel to it's on the Spectrum, so I'm assuming that that's a port of it. Los Amores de Brunhilde. So yeah, it's another very, very nice looking homebrew game. They liked it a lot. 94, lots of high rated games in this one, isn't it? The 100% unofficial new games top 100. So they've done top 100 homebrew as well. That's quite interesting to see because there'll be a lot of stuff there that I haven't played because I haven't actually played that much Spectrum homebrew. I do see Old Tower there, which I've played though, which is excellent. That's been converted to a load of other systems now as well, but yeah, Old Tower is very good indeed. Buzzsaw Plus there, I know that one, I've played that, that's good. Sergeant Helmet Zero, I've played that one, that's good, yeah. Horace in the Mystic Woods, I know that one as well. So Redshift, another homebrew there. I've heard of this, it's a shoot 'em up, isn't it? Yeah, very quite impressive one at that. 87. Carlos Micheles. That looks like a kind of inspired by One Flew Over the Cuckoo, Into the Eagle's Nest, not One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. That confused me because I've just read that there. It says One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and then it says, Into the Eagle's Nest. So that their confusion has confused me. But yes, it looks like what Into the Eagle's Nest, very much so. But it looks good. They gave it 86. Obviously liked it. And here's some more homebrew games, most of which I probably haven't played. Mare I have actually. Farm Jack in Harvest Havoc, I've played that, and I've played that Ninja Gaiden. It's called it there Ninja Gaiden Shadow Warriors. It's converted to the Game Boy Ninja Gaiden game. It's really good. Mr. Do and the Spectrum, that's brilliant. I love Spectrum Mr. Do. Alter Ego, I've played that one, that's good. Multi-Final Fight, that's really good on the Spectrum as well. So there is some stuff here I've played actually. Some good stuff. That Valley of Rains is incredibly impressive. There. I've played this Crystal Kingdom Dizzy, that's good. This one's one that everyone goes on about, this new Aliens Neoplasma game. I need to play that because I've heard a lot of stuff about that. I've played The Dark, that's very good. It's basically an attempt to do like Doom on the Spectrum. Very impressive indeed. Number 1, Castlevania, I have actually played that, that's very good, so yeah, probably deserved. Travel Through Time, I need to play that as well because I really like the look of that because I love racing games. So what we got next, Rough Justice by Chronosoft, 2003. I can't say I've played that. They gave it 80. I find that Chronosoft's games are a bit bland and quite often and a bit too hard. and they all seem to be 48k aims, so they never have any music or anything like that for 1 to 8, which kind of annoys me. One Man and His Droid 2. I remember the first game, and I didn't think it was all that great. So the new one is a homebrew then. Okay. 5 of the best multiplayer games. 3D Stock Car Championship Firebird. That's pretty good, like Super Sprint rip-off, has to be said. Bruce Lee. Yeah, Bruce Lee's a classic. I think everyone knows Bruce Lee. Multiplayer games. Formula 1. Yeah, that's good. And that did actually seems to have... I'd never played that until quite recently. And I wasn't aware about the massive cult following it has in the Spectrum community, it seems. I really wasn't aware of it until quite recently, which is strange. Rebel Star, yeah, another classic there. And Chaos, indeed, same thing. And this be the end of part 1. So obviously it's just saying that there's going to be another book coming up, and some educational games. So they're going to have some educational games. I assume that's probably a joke, because that wouldn't be a particularly interesting list, would it? Weirdly, that's Caesar the Cat there. I remember that. I wonder how I played that, because it seems to ring a bell. I might have played it on my friend's Spectrum, possibly. But anyway, that is the end of that book. So I will look at the other one in due course on the channel, because I do like looking at these free books. And you can't turn down a freebie, can you? And there's some great stuff in here, and I think everyone will enjoy reading it. It's a really, really interesting and funny book. Loads and loads of humour, really well written, really well designed. Just sit back one evening when you're bored on your tablet and give it a read. Highly recommend it. I'll link it down in the description to say where to download it. But I hope you enjoyed my look at this great book by ZX Spectrum It Lives anyway. Go and download it now. As always, I thank you for watching, and I'll see you all again for another one very soon. Bye bye.